not? What's the matter with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an real salesman. Your firm gives credit?
No, sir.
Or anybody else.
River City! River City next!
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the button hooks.
Cash for the cotton goods, cash for the hard goods,
Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the fancy goods.
cash for the nuggins and the biggins and the firkins.
Cash for the hogs and casca and demijohn. Cash for the crackers and the pickles and the fly paper.
What do you talk? 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 Where do you get it?
You can talk, you can talk. Make it bigger, you can talk. Make it bigger, bigger, bigger. You can talk, you can talk. You can talk, 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 talk. Bigger, bigger, bigger. You can talk all you want it, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Why it's the multi-food, made the trouble, made the people wanna go. Wanna get up and go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles to the country seat.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Who's gonna patronize a little bitty 2x4 kind of store anymore?
What do you talk? What do you talk? Where did you get it?
Not the Model T at all. Take a gander at the store, at the modern store, at the present day store, at the present day modern departmentalized grocery store.
What do you talk? 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 Where did you get it? What do you talk? What do you talk? Where did you get it?
You can talk, you can bigger. You can talk, you can bigger. You can talk, 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 talk. Bigger, bigger, bigger. You can talk all you want it, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Why's the you need a biscuit, made the trouble, you need it. Put the crackers in a package, an airtight sanitary package, made the cracker barrel obsolete.
Obsolete.
Cracker Barrel went out the window with the tail pop, cup drop, toward my sister. His approach of a traveling salesman made it pretty hard.
No, it didn't, but you gotta know the territory.
Gone with the Hodgson, cask and demijohn. Gone with the sugar bell, pickle bell, milk pen. Gone with the tub and the pail and the tears.
Ever met a fella by the name of Hill?
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 Hill? Hill?
Hill?
Hill?
No! Just a minute.
Never heard of any salesman at Hill. Now he doesn't know the territory.
Doesn't know the territory?
What's the fella's line?
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line?
Or the Cracker Barrel being obsolete. Or the you need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package. Or the Model T Ford.
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line?
Or a doggone thing. He's just a bang beat, bell ring, big haul, great go, neck of nothing, rip roaring. Every time a rolls out salesman. That's Professor Harold Hill. Harold Hill. Tell us what's his line. What's his line?
He's a fake guy, he doesn't know the territory.
Look, what do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? He's a music man.
He's a what? He's a what?
He's a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in town with the big trombones and the rat-a-tat drums and the big brass bass, and the piccolo, uniforms too, with the shiny gold braid on the coat and a big red stripe running.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolin picks, perhaps, and here and there a Josh Hart.
Nah, the fella sells Benz, boys Benz, and I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king, and he daddies and he gathers and he plucks and he shines, and when the band dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory.
River City. We crossed the state line into Iowa. Population 2,212. Cigarettes illegal in this state. Vote!
All right, if you're all done, John, I'll tell you about Harold Hill. You really know Harold Hill? Never seen him in my life. But I can tell you this one thing. He's given each and every one of us a black eye. After he's worked the town over, the next salesman's coming, gets automatically tarred and feathered, and ridden out the city limits on a rail. You think that's funny? Wait till they do it to you. You'll be wearing a wig for the rest of your life.
But why should he get a rode out of town on a rail?
Well, because in order to sell the uniforms, the musical instruments, and the costumes, he's got to promise to teach the kids how to play.
Well,
and put them in a boys' band with himself as the leader.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? He can't tell one from another. He doesn't know what a bass brand looks like versus a bass drum versus a pipe organ. That's what's wrong with that. That's some bling two-bit thimble rigger that side. The day I get my hands on him, I'm going to squeal so loud. Oh.
Wow, you're mad, Charlie. Sure to be around when you catch up with that fella.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen in Iowa. Even the great Professor Harold Hill wouldn't dream of selling broad-necked Hawkeyes to the locals.
Gentlemen, I think I'll have to give Iowa a try.
Say, I don't think I caught your name.
I don't believe I dropped it.
So there I was in Madison County Hospital, and nobody came to see me. Cousin Will never came, and Bertha never came.
Your Aunt Bertha's dead.
She wouldn't have come anyway.
You're welcome. Glad to have you with us.
Even though we may not ever mention it again.
I'm interested in a rig for Sunday, if you can accommodate me.
Well, you'd ought to expect a man in charge of hiring rigs, who is late, as usual.
Hey, Gregory!
Marcellus!
Well, you old son of a gun!
Shh! Professor Hill's the name, Harold Hill.
But, Greg, what are you doing here? Why don't you let me know I was coming?
Well, I didn't know I was myself. Besides, how could I know you'd end up in a tank little town like this? You used to be a pretty big slicker when you were in business with me.
Too many close shaves the way you work. Besides, I got me a nice, comfortable girl, Ethel Toffelmeyer. Boss's news.
Gone legitimate, huh? I always knew you'd come to no good.
What's the new pitch? You're not back in the band business, are you? I heard you were in steam automobiles.
I was.
What happened?
Somebody actually invented one.
No.
So, give me the lowdown here, Mars.
You'll never get anywhere in the band business with these stubborn Iowans, Greg. Besides, we got a Stockholm music teacher here who'll expose you before you get your grip on Pat.
Male or female?
The music teacher? She's the librarian, female.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. Point her out to me when she passes by.
I will. So, how are you going to set the pitch?
Oh, same old way. Keep that music teacher off balance. Then my next step will be to get your town out of the serious trouble it's in.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create something. I'll have to create a desperate need for a boys' band. Now, what's new round here? What can I use?
Nothing. Except the billiard parlor just put in a new pool table.
They never had a pool table here before?
No, only billiards.
That'll do. See you later, Morris. And don't forget, music teacher.
Music teacher.
Ah, you're Mr. Dunlop.
Yep.
Well, either you're closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you're not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here I say trouble right here in River City. Why sure I'm a billiard player, certainly mighty proud, Sam was my part to say it. Consider the hours I spent with a cue in my hand of gold. Over well-bred horses, and a cool head and a keen eye. Did you ever take and try to find an iPad lead yourself on a three-rail billiard shop? And just as I say, take Jeff Brain's maturity to score in a box-like game, I say that any fool can take and shove a ball in a pocket. And all that soft, first big step on the road to the depths of day every day as a person. Distilled wine from a teaspoon, and beer from a bottle. And the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pitchback suit. And listening to some big out-of-town jazz. We're hearing him tell about horse race gambling. Not a wholesome trot race, no race that you sit down right on a horse. I just see some stuck-up jockey boy sitting on Dan's leg, making him a boy know what I should say. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets at the table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital V that rhymes with P that stands for pool. And all week long, your River City used to be frittering away and say, your young men be frittering. Frittering away that noontime, sometime, short time, too. Get the ball in the pocket, never mind getting dandelions pulled and screamed or pinched or beat stick pounded. Never mind pumping any water to your parents' garden with a cistern empty on a Saturday night, and that's trouble. Oh, you got lots of trouble. Thinking of the kids in the knickerbocker shirt, killed young ones, peeking in the pool hall, window after school, say trouble. Folks, right here in River City, with a capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool. Now I know all you folks are the right kind of parent. Gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while we're loafing around that hall? Be trying up Bevo, trying up Q, trying up T-lemon like cigarette beans, bragging all about how they're gonna cover up telltale breath with sense. One fine night, they leave the pool hall ready for the dance at the armory. Libertine men, scarlet women, ragtime, shameless music that will grab your son, your daughter, with the arms of a jungle, animal instinct, mysterious. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground trouble. Oh, yeah, trouble. Here in River City, with a capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool. You surely got trouble. Right here in River City. Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school. Children gonna have trouble. Mothers of River City, heed that warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. The minute your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? A dime novel hidden in the cornbread? Is he starting to memorize jokes out of Captain Billy's whiz bag? Are certain words creeping into his conversation? Words like swell and so's your old man. Those are my friends. You got trouble. Oh, yeah, trouble. Right here in River City. With a capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool. That stands for pool. You surely got trouble. We surely got trouble. Right here in River City. Right here. Remember the Maine, Plymouth Rock, and the Golden Rule. Our children have trouble. Oh, you got trouble. You're in terrible, terrible trouble. That game with the 15 number balls was the devil's tool. Oh, you got trouble, trouble, trouble. With the T, let's rhyme with P. Let's stand the pool. Don't get caught playing fool with the devil now. Did you drop your...
No.
Didn't I meet you in the,
No.
down a short while.
Good.
Where is that child? Oh, there you are. That's your daughter.
Mama! Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll be there in a minute. Hello, Mama. Fine, dear. Now your exercises.
I don't remember the library being open last 4th of July.
It was, Mama, all evening. Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me all over town.
Oh, who?
I never saw him before.
Did he say anything?
He tried.
Did you say anything?
Mama, of course not. Now don't dawdle, Amaryllis. So do la re ti mi a little slower. Please keep your fingers curved and nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
If you don't mind me saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Well, excuse me for living, but I've never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same old comment about the mentality of River City people and taking it all too much to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help my concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can't quote Balzac and Shakespeare, all them other highfalutin Greeks.
Now, Mama, if you don't mind my saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
No, I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about that stranger. What stranger? The suitcase who made me your very last child.
Now, Mama, do you think I'd allow kind of imagine now? Really, Mama, I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention.
You know all about your standards, and if you don't mind me saying so, there's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to that level of hope on your great particle. Whether you concocted for yourself, out of your Irish imagination, you Irish dominant, and liable to the facts.
Well, if that isn't the best I ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I have a...
May I have a drink, please?
Can?
Wait, Rob, it's after dark. Is that a way to walk into a house?
Hello.
I'll have a kiss from my boy. And that lady over there is your sister, young man.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where's your manners?
I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you please come? I'd especially like it very much if you'd come. Winthrop?
Winthrop? Amaryllis is asking you to a party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name.
He won't say Amaryllis because of the S, because of his lisp.
We know all about his lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I'll bet he won't say it. No, thank you. Amaryllis. He's crying. Why does he get so mad at people? Just because he lisps.
It's not only because he lisps. That's just part of it, Amaryllis.
Then what's the other part?
Never mind, dear. It's just that he never talks much.
Not even to you and your mother?
No, dear. We all have to be a little patient.
But I'm patient. Even though he doesn't ever talk to me. But I do him. Every night I say goodnight to him. On the evening star. We have to do it the very second you see it too. Or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
Oh, there, darling, don't cry. You have lots of time. If not Winthrop, there will be someone else.
Never! I'll end up an old maid like you! I'm sorry, Miss Marian. Can I play my croissant piece?
May I play
my croissant piece?
You may.
See, without a sweetheart, you have no one to say goodnight to on the evening star.
I know, Amaryllis. For now, just say, good night, my someone. You can put the name in when the right someone comes along.
All right, it's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my croissant piece.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love. Sleep tight, my someone. Sleep tight, my love. Our star is shining its brightest light. For good night, my love. For good night. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my son, good night. True love can be whispered from heart to heart. When lovers are parted, they say. But I must depend on a wish and a star as long as my heart doesn't know. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night. Good night. Good night.
Thy banners may tyranny tremble, when borne by the red, white, and blue. When borne by the red, white, and blue. When borne by the red, white, and blue. Thy banners may tyranny tremble, when borne by the red, white, and blue.
I'm eternally grateful to my wife, Eulalie McKechnie-Shin, for leading the singing. And to J.C. Squires for his fine slideshow. And to Ethel Tuffmeyer, our fine piano player. Never mind. As mayor of River City, I welcome you river citizens to the 4th of July exercises. Set up here in Madison Gymnasium, account for the weather. The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau.
Fourscore and seven. The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau. The members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. A disagreement about costumes, I suppose. Instead, the Wantan Eagles of the local wigwam of Hiawatha will present a spectacle, My Wife. In which my wife, Lady Mackenzie Shin, will take a leading role. Leading role.
What a year! What a year! I will now count to 10 in the Native American tongue. 1, 2, feather, feather, pip.
Oh my God! Who set up that feather? Was it you?
It was Tommy Taylor!
Was it you?
Yes, it was Tommy Taylor!
Tommy Taylor selling you, folks.
Mrs. Shin will recover, no thanks to a certain young ruffian who is a disgrace to our city. Fourscore and seven. The Payne's fireworks spectacle, last days of Pompeii, will take place, providing the rain stops by 9:30. It will be out to Madison Picnic Park, across the creek from the pest house. Never mind.
Yeah, that's right.
Just a minute.
Wait, is there a pool table or isn't there?
Will you allow me to get on with the exercise?
We don't need any exercises when we need to settle this pool table matter. Oh my God.
Let's protect our children.
Yes!
Resist sin and corruption.
Yes!
Smite that devil and keep our young ones pure.
Yes!
Friends, may I have your attention, please? Your attention, please. I can deal with your troubled friends with a wave of my hand, this very hand. Please serve me if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize a River City Boys band. Oh, think, my friend, how can any pool table ever hope to compete with the gold trombone? Remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpet players did to the famous fabled walls of Jericho. Those million pilot walls come tumbling down. Well, a band will do it, my friend. Oh, yes, I said a boys' band. Hear me. I said River City's gonna have a boys' band, and she needs it today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's at hand. Harvard's going to have boys' band. As sure as the Lord made little green apples, that band's gonna be in uniform. Willie, Johnny, Teddy, Frank, and you'll see the glitter of crashing cymbals, and the thunder of rolling drums, and the shimmer of trumpets. Ta-ta-da! And you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill I once enjoyed when Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great Courtiers, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on the very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, green of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottom timpani and horse platoon, thundering all along the way. Double bell, euphonium, and big bassoon. Each bassoon having its big bang say. There were 50 mounted cannon in the battery, thundering louder than before. Clarinets of every size, and trumpeters who improvise, full octave higher than the score.
Professor, have to make an example of him. Ringleader, you know? What he does, the gang does.
Darling, let me go.
Yo, wild kids, yo. Hanging around my oldest girl. Tagging down Main Street after my oldest girl last Sunday.
I wasn't either tagging.
Don't you contradict me.
We were just walking together, Jilly Clyde.
I know what she's doing. And if I catch you doing it again, I'll talk to you Monday morning about this bad thing. Over at City Hall, 10 o'clock sharp. Men, I want that spellbinder's credentials.
Constable, I'll show you how to break up a gang.
You don't know this kid. He's tough and he's got his gang waiting outside.
Oh, I'll be careful. Tommy, I'd like to talk to you about the band.
Oh, Professor, that's for the little kids.
I'm not talking about you being in a band. You're mechanically minded, ain't you? Ever do anything with perpetual motion?
You know, I almost had it a couple of times.
You did? Oh, you're my man. Do you realize nobody has ever invented a music holder for a marching piccolo player? No place to hang the music.
Oh, Jilly Clyde, you know, I wonder where I could get some wire from.
Look in your cellar. That's where people keep wire.
Thanks.
Oh, and Tommy, Constable, young lady, what's your name?
Anita, I didn't have any idea you was beckoning to me. Ye gods!
Do you know Tommy Gillis?
Well,
Tommy, this is Anita. Escort the young lady home.
only accepting I'm not going home. I have to go to the library. Ye gods!
Well, escort the young lady home by way of the library, by way of the candy kitchen.
Do I have to?
You have to.
Ye gods!
Professor, you're a pretty bright young fella. You made a couple mistakes, though.
Oh?
The mayor hadn't sold that billiard product and that new pool table.
Oh, and what was my other mistake?
That's Anita. She's the mayor's oldest girl.
Excuse me, Professor, we are the school board. We would like to check your accreditation. Academic certificates, please.
Nothing like that.
No, we need letters and paperwork.
They can put up a bond.
Wait a minute. What am I hearing? Say, ice cream.
Ice cream, but I don't sing if that's what you mean.
Then talk them down here.
Ice cream.
Talk slow.
Ice cream.
You see, singing is only sustained talking. Now you, sir.
Ice cream.
Now you, sir.
Ice cream.
Now you, sir.
Ice cream.
Ladies, from now on, you never see one of these men without the other three.
These men haven't spoken to each other in 15 years.
Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream.
How can there be
Any
sincere? Where is the good in goodbye? Goodbye. Your apprehensions confuse me, dear. Puzzle and mystify. Mystify, tell me what can be fair in farewell, dear. Whilst one single star shines above, how can there be any sincere? Aren't we sincerely in love? In love.
I don't suppose you live alone or anything.
No,
I got some wonderful caramels over my hotel if you'd,
Mr. Hill.
Professor Hill.
Professor of what? At what college do they give out a degree for knowing women on the street, like a rowdy at a public dance hall?
Oh, I wouldn't know about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana, gold medal class of 5'5".
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? And another thing, Mr. Hill, I'm not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some people in this town, and I think it only fair to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books in there, which may very well give me some interesting information about you.
Hey, Greg.
Oh, hey, Mars. And don't call me Greg.
Sorry. But, Greg, how'd you make out with the music teacher?
Oh, scrumptious. 8 out of my hand the minute I tip my hat.
She did? Oh boy, did you cut a swath tonight. For a minute, even I thought you knew something about leading the band. Just like when you used to imitate that band puncher fellow back in Joplin.
Yeah. That's kid stuff. I'm in rare form these days, son. You just keep your eyes on me for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks? But it only used to take 10 days for the instruments to arrive.
It still does, but it takes 4 weeks for the uniforms.
Oh no, Greg. You haven't added uniforms?
Uniforms and instruction books.
Instruction books? But you can't pass yourself off as a music professor. I mean, not for a 4 weeks.
Mars.
But you don't know one note from another.
I have a revolutionary new method called the Think System, where you don't need to bother with
But in
notes.
4 weeks, the people who want to hear the music, you'll have to play the band.
But when the uniforms arrive, they'll forget everything else. At least long enough for me to collect and leave. Oh, this is a refined operation, son, and I got a time last wave out of town on the last train out of town. Now, if you excuse me, Mr. Washburn.
So, Professor, gonna line yourself up with a little canoodling, huh?
Oh, well.
Say, I could fix you up with Ethel's sister. Lovely girl, teaches Sunday school.
No wide-eyed, eager, wholesome, innocent Sunday school teacher for me. That kind of gal spins webs no spider ever could. Now listen, a gal who trades on all that purity merely wants to trade my independence or her security. The only affirmative she will file refers to marching down the aisle. No golden, glorious, gleaming, pristine goddess. No, sir, but no Diana do I play fawn. I can tell you that right now. I snarl, I hiss, how ignorance be compared to bliss. I spark, I fizz, for the lady who knows what time it is. I cheer, I rave, for the virtue I'm too late to say. The sad of it, why's the girl on me? No bright-eyed, blushing, breathless, baby, don't baby. No, sir, that kind of child ties nuts. No sailor ever knew. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. No Dewey young miss who keeps resisting. All the times you kick, I flinch, I shy. When the lass with a delicate air walks by, I smile, I grin. When the girl with the texture sin walks in, I hope, I pray for Hester to win just one more egg. The sad of it, why's the girl's for me. The sad of it, why's the girl for me.
Oh, Professor, we're all agog. Simply agog.
Oh, on the qui-vive.
We're so excited about the band.
I'm Ethel Toppelmeyer, the piano girl.
Yes, and this is Mrs. Squires and Mrs. Hicks, and you do know, you Lady McKechnie, the mayor's wife. Oh, you lady, isn't it exciting?
Oh, I could not say at this time. My husband will be investigating, and I am reticent.
Well, of course, Mrs. Shin, I understand. But you see, part of my music plans includes a committee on the dance. And, oh, no, wait. Do that again, Mrs. Shin.
Oh.
Your foot, the way you raised it just now.
Oh, I just have a bunion on that toe that's been
Oh,
bothering
what
me.
grace. What natural flow rhythm. What expression of line and movement.
Mr. Mill.
Oh, you must accept the chairmanship of the Ladies' Auxiliary for the classic dance, mustn't you, ladies? Oh, every move you make, Mrs. Shin, bespeaks still sought. Oh, will you accept? Say yes, Mrs. Shen. Shin there. Say yes.
Ukulele McKechnie dancing.
Then you accept.
I do indeed.
Hey, and now the young lady who plays the piano, Miss Paroo, I believe. She is the town's librarian, after all.
Pick a little talk, a little chip, chip, chip. Talk a little, pick a little more. Pick a little talk, a little, pick a little talk, a little chip, chip, chip. Pick a little talk, a little, pick a little talk, a little chip, chip, chip. Talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little talk, a little, pick a little talk, a little chip, 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 chip. Pick a little talk, a little, pick a little talk, a little chip, chip, chip. Pick a little talk, pick a little talk. She advocates dirty books.
Dirty books?
Sure, sir. Chocolate. Pick a little talk, chip, 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 chip. Pick a little talk, a little, pick a little talk, chip, 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 chip. Pick a little talk, pick a little talk,
Stop! I'll tell. She made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town. Old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison, Madison Gymnasium, Madison Picnic Park, Madison Hospital, that Miser Madison?
Yes, who did he think he was anyway?
Well, I should say, show off, gave the town the library too, didn't he?
That's just it. When he died, he left the library building to the city. But he gave all the books to her.
And she was seen coming and going from his place.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That woman made brazen overtures with a clear guarantee. Just hold a glint in her eye with a silver voice like a velvet ring. Just melt her down and reveal a lump of lead as cold as steel. Here, where a woman's heart should be.
She left River City, the library building, but she left all the books to her. Ball black.
Oh, what? I have just what you need, fellas, over at my hotel. Come with me. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. It's all right. I know everything, and it doesn't make any difference.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you were probably very young, and everyone makes a mistake.
What?
No excuses, no apologies, please. I'll only be in town a short while, and, well, the sadder but wiser girl for me.
Will you please make your selection and leave?
I have.
Well, what do you want to take out?
The librarian.
Oh, quiet, please.
Marian, you're not listening. The librarian. Look. Marian. Marbles, 6 Steelies, 8 Aggies, a dozen Pee-wees, and 1 big lassie with an American flag in the middle of it. I think I'll drop them.
No!
Madam Librarian. What can I do, my dear, to catch your ear? I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us if the library caught on fire and the volunteer hose brigademen had to whisper the news to Marian. Madam Librarian. What can I say? my dear, to make it clear. I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marian, if I stumble and I bust in my whatchamacallit, I could lie on your floor unnoticed till my body had turned to Marian. Madam Librarian. On the moonlight, a man was singing. In the moonlight, and a fellow would know that his darling had heard every word of his song. In the moonlight, help me along. But when I try in here to tell you, dear, I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marian is a lost cause I can never win. For the civilized world accepts an unforgivable sin. Any talk out loud with any librarian, such as Marian. Madam Librarian. Marshmallow? Well, Tommy, it's been a pretty good morning. 11 sales out of 12 attempts. I think I'd try a couple myself. I tell you what, it's almost no. Why don't you go home and get some dinner?
Thanks, Professor.
Thank you, Tommy.
Just a minute here. Are you soliciting?
Oh.
You haven't got a license.
Why, no, Marian. I collect doorbells, and this particular specimen has an unusual tone quality.
Why haven't you been down to City Hall with your references?
Why, I just missed you. Oh, no, wait. Marian, your hand.
What?
Oh, that spread of the little finger. It's hereditary.
Oh, it is. What does that mean?
It means your boy's little finger is perfectly situated to operate the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good? It means America has at last produced an artist who can flugel the minute waltz in 50 seconds.
Where can I get my hand on one of those horns?
Sign here, Mr. Mayor. That'll be $17 import fee.
And to just think I could have missed out on this whole. Wait a minute. I haven't got any son. You unscrupulous Nubianites. You unflippulous. You better be down at City Hall with your bygone references by 3 o'clock.
You mean this afternoon?
I couldn't make myself any painter if I were a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Paroo, do you realize you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't think I understand you correctly, Professor.
If your boy had that same firm jaw and those splendid cheek muscles, by George, not that he could ever really be that great, you understand.
And in the name of St. Bridget's, why not?
Well, all the really great cornet players were Irish. Oh, Clark, oh, Klein, oh, Mendez.
But, Professor, we're Irish.
No. Really? Well, sign here, Mrs. Paroo. Your boy was born to play the cornet. Fine, thank you. That'll be $7 earnest money, and not a penny more due till delivery at the opening band practice. And of course, I'll need the boy's uniform measurements.
His uniform?
Hello, son. Why, certainly his uniform. And there won't be a penny due till delivery, which gives them 4 weeks to anticipate, to imagine, to enjoy at no cost whatsoever.
Oh.
Never allow the demands of tomorrow to interfere with the pleasures and excitement of today.
Will it have
A stripe? Why, certainly, my boy. A wide red stripe on each side. What do you think of that?
Oh, you'll have to excuse him, Professor. Most days we can't get him to say 3 words even to us. And if you can get him to play in a band, well then, you'll have St. Michael's own way with you. And out of a crowd, I'll pick you for hot carrying, clay pipe smoking, shamammery pinching, tara minstrels singing. Oh, God be jabbers. Where did you say you were from, Levi?
Well, Gary, Indiana.
I knew it. Gary? What did you say?
Gary, Indiana. Well, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
Oh, was she now?
Gold medal class, about 5. Oh, how do you do, Miss Paroo?
How do you do, Mr. Hill?
Paroo. I thought that name sounded familiar. I tried to see you since the other night.
Marian, he wants to put Winthrop in a band.
We're not interested, Mama.
But Marian, he might have his father's musical gifts, and he has got my jaw, you know.
Your husband musical? Well, I'd like to have a talk with him. I'm sure
Do you burst in on everyone's homes like this, prying into personal affairs? We're not interested.
Marian!
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. Why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Oh, I'm sorry. But that's all the more reason your brother should have something like this.
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding about it for 2 years. As to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks? Miss Paroo, I hardly... I get the feeling she likes the idea. Oh, a little cautious perhaps, but I admire that in a woman. Just keep me alive, and I'll be back later in the week.
Professor, about the boy's uniform. I make all his clothes. It's crotch 19, sleeve 12, and waist 21.
Fine, thank you. Now I must get back to my hotel.
About Marian, she really is such a lovely girl.
Oh, don't worry about a thing, please. I'm sure at heart, she's as lovely as yourself. Good day to you, Widow Paroo.
Has he gone?
He has, and I hope not forever. Do you ever think about your future, Marian? Gary, Indiana, class of 05, no darling.
Now, Mama.
No, nothing.
Surely a girl's future doesn't depend on every fast-talking, self-centered, woman-chasing, traveling man that comes to town. And the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
But, Marian, it's a well-known principle. If you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you'll never strike fire.
Oh, Mama. Winthrop, I know you're there. Please go to the library and ask Miss Grubb to give you the book I set aside. It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large black volume. Do I have to? You won't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down. Thank you, dear.
Now, why do you need a book at this time of hour?
I have a feeling the Indiana Journal may help you poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
Thank you.
Zanita!
Tommy, Mama and Papa are sitting right there in the bank. Gods.
All right, meet me after supper.
Can't. It's F.R. midnight. Meet you well.
The footbridge.
You see, isn't that just what I said? Last time the lumberyard, now the footbridge. And where will you meet me after that? The black hole of Calcutta? Ye gods.
No, look, I just want to share my invention for Professor Hill.
What invention?
Look, it's a music holder. Full marching piccolo player. Yeah, I know it's still got a couple of minor flaws. Like when you keep it tight enough to hold the music steady, it cuts off the circulation. You can't move your fingers. And meanwhile, you could go blind.
Tommy, it's Papa. Ye gods. That was the first thing I said.
Yes, George.
Yes, very first thing I said. Get that small biker's credentials. And now look. My wife's up dancing at old hours instead of in the home. And my eldest daughter is up fooling around with some wild kids. And my business has gone off so far, I can't even find the balance sheet.
Mayor Shin, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater.
His who?
His university.
Oh, I know all about that. In fact, that's the only thing I can ever get out of him. Gary Conservatory, class of 05.
If you'll just take a minute to read a little bit about the conservatory, I don't think you'll have to look much further. It's on page...
hope I get my raisins from VAI stands a cat in front of courthouse
Now I don't know how I can ever wait to see. It could be something, no millennium, but it could be something special, just for me. My cornet! She sang, Professor!
Men, you will each receive your instruction books in due course. But in the meantime, stay out the streets, get acquainted with your instruments, and think about the minuet in G.
Sister, isn't this the most scumpiest sort of thing you ever saw? I never thought I'd see anything so scumpious as this scumpiest sort of thing. Oh, sister!
Round one for you, Mr. Hill, but I better hear some guts tune out of these horns in the British order, or I'll see you in front of the grand jury. Now, Miss Marian, about that book. Come, George, Tempest Fugit. You what's your phraseology? I gotta get some for the library. And now, about that book. Then come, George.
The Ladies' Dance Committee meets Tuesday nights at the high school.
First position. And turn. And turn. And turn. Lovely, ladies. Now, move through the air. That's it. Move. Feel the air, ladies. That's it. Beautiful. Beautiful, ladies. Shall we try our Grecian urns? 1 Grecian urn. 2 Grecian urn. 3 Grecian urn. And trickle, 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 trickle. Trickle, 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 trickle. Lovely, ladies. Lovely. Our Del Sartre installation will be the highlight of the ice cream sociable. Are you ready, gentlemen? Remember, ladies, faces to the all right, Mr. Dunlop.
It's you with the sunrise. It's you in my cup.
It's you all the way into town.
It's your sweet hello, dear, that sets me up.
And it's your got to go, dear, that gets me down. It's you on my pillow in all of my dreams. Till once more the morning breaks through.
turn. We have 15 more minutes.
Look, you think you can hold these kids back? You go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Washburn, start her off. Wait till you see the new step Professor Hill taught us.
All right, well, it be.
Tisha Poopy.
Now, we'll kiss on the very first date. It's usually a hussy. And I won't kiss for the second time out. Is anything but fussy. But I won't wait till the third time round. Head in the cloud, feet on the ground. She's alive, glad he's fine. She's his shaboopy, shaboopy, shaboopy. The girl is hard to get. Shaboopy, shaboopy, shaboopy. But you can't make her yet. You lock her once she plays the chord. Walk around twice a day for certain. Once more, now we're gone. She'll never get sore. Beg a pardon.
Mr. Shin, Your Honor, your daughter and I were going steady, behind your back.
Why, you...
I would rather do it in front of your back, but...
Do what? Never mind.
You know, Zanita's scared of you, but I'm not. I think you'd hate to have your own daughter scared of you.
You won't... George! If I catch you touching my daughter again, I'll bygone horsewhip you.
Now, George.
Not one poop out of you, madam.
I think he means peep.
Yes. And now, get out of this public building.
I got as much right to this public building as anybody.
Get out, you wild kid.
Papa, please. It's capitalists like you that make blood in the marketplace.
You watch your phrase, aren't you, young woman? Now, go home.
Ye gods.
Eulalie.
Yes, George.
You tend to your dances.
My dance.
I'll have this Nita.
If I could just make you understand.
But you can't. And thanks for nothing. I read that book you gave me from cover to cover, and I haven't found a thing.
Mr. Mayor, if you please.
Yes.
I want you to know I'm vouching for Tommy Gillis. That boy's got the confidence of every kid in town. You'll be waiting there, standing in line, waiting there when we pay our first band practice.
Your band's first practice? Let me show you something, my fine young feathered young... Never mind. Oliver, Ewart, JC, Olin. I want that man's credentials, and I want him tonight.
Professor Hill, I think Mayor Shin behaved abominably. And I think it was wonderful of you coming to Tommy's defense.
Oh, no, it was nothing.
Yes, it was.
No, a man can't dodge the issue each time a little personal risk is involved. Well, what does the poet say? A coward dies 1,000 deaths, a brave man only 500. Of course, Mayor Shin was already pretty mad on account of his billiard parlor. I suppose a recommendation from a musical authority like yourself would help, but I couldn't think of asking you to do a thing like that.
Why, Professor Hill.
You would?
I'd be glad to. I just wish I was a little more informed. You see, I've been meaning to talk to you about Winthrop's cornet.
Oh, his cornet. Mother of pearl keys.
I'm sure it's fine, but you see, the thing is, he never touches it. Oh, the first week or so, he made a few, experimental blats, I guess you'd say.
Blats, yes, blats.
And he plays the, he sings the minuet in G almost constantly.
La-di-da-di-da, da-di-da.
Right, but he never touches the cornet.
Well.
He says you told him it wasn't necessary.
Well,
He tells me about some think system. how if he thinks the minuet in G, he won't have to bother with the notes.
Now, Miss
Professor,
Marian, the think system is a revolutionary new method, I admit, but so was Galileo's conception of the heavens, Columbus's conception of the globe, egg, Bach's conception of the well-tempered clavichord. You see, I cannot discuss these things in public, but if you allow me to call, when may I call?
Why, any night this week.
Ma'am? Professor Hill, I'm very sorry, but we need to get your credentials.
We've all been there for that. Oh, congratulations. You know, I've been trying to get you fellows my references and credentials all week, but every time you seem to get off the subject somehow. I have just what you need up in my hotel room. Take me a second.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to come with you, Professor Hill.
Oh, let me see if I have my key. What's this? A testimonial from Madame Rennie, the only female bassoon player ever to play on the Red Pass circuit. Her stage name, of course. She was actually from Moline. Lida Rose Quackenbush.
Say, can I have a look at
Oh, you never forget the name. Lida Rose, like the old song. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose.
To get the sun back in the sky. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose. About 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lida Rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Lida Rose, oh, won't you be mine? Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose.
And I'll bravely tell you
open your mouth and let it all come out.
Now, Mama.
Now, nothing. Next time he comes, you see him alone, and if you don't have the gumption to tell him exactly how you feel, well then...
Tell him,
There is nothing wrong with a ladylike hint.
Mama!
Oh, Winthrop, where have you been?
Fishing!
Fishing?
With Harold!
You mean with Professor Hill?
Mm-hmm. And look, I still got some worms left.
Oh, did you have a good time?
Courtiers, he taught me all about his hometown, Gary, Indiana, and he taught me a song that hardly has any S's in it. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, that's the town that knew me well. If you like to have a logical explanation, how I have to learn this elegant dictation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, perhaps found this world. But Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. If you like to have a logical explanation, how I have to endure this elegant dictation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, perhaps found but Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. I'll be back in a minute. I just make sure Amaryllis my live dog.
Leave the dishes. I'll do them, Mama.
Don't you have to change for the sociable?
Oh, there's time later.
Ma'am? Say, do the Shins live around here anywhere?
The Shin home is on East Elm. This is West Elm.
Ah, criminy. Hi, see you, local piano teacher. Have you heard about this fella Harold Hill building a boys band around here?
Yes.
Well, don't let him worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. That swindling tubing thimble rigger.
Who are
That's
you?
why I gotta go see shit. Well, my name's Charlie Cow. I'm a anvil salesman. However, at the moment, I'm just here to look after the good name of the traveling fraternity.
Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Big mistake? From that swindler? Mistake my old lady's course and cover. That fella's been a raspberry seed in my wisdom tooth for long enough. He spoiled Illinois for me, and I'm not gonna let him spoil Iowa. Say, if you're a music teacher, how didn't you see through him? He's no more a professor of music than I am.
Oh, I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine director, and his scholastic credits are...
A fine director? Have you heard a single note from any band?
Well, no.
No, but nothing, girly girl. There is no band, and there never has been a band.
If you'll just listen to me for 1 minute.
Say, I'd sure like to. I've got the inclination, but I don't have the time. The number 8 only makes a 15-minute water stop. I wish it were 20. I'd like to concentrate 5 minutes on you, girly girl. But I've got to drop this dynamite off with someone on the way to the depot, and I can see you're not the one to leave it with.
You'll never make the train at the depot. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
No, but I got to leave this with someone, and I really don't think you're the one to leave it with.
Now, just a minute, Mr. Cowell. You don't know me yet.
Is that an invitation?
No, I just mean that I don't know you.
Well,
I mean,
in which case I haven't enough time.
as well as I'd like to.
No problem there, girly girl.
I never met a man who sells anvils before. That's something, well, quite different.
Let me tell you this, it takes a real salesman. Anvils lack a certain appeal, if you know what I mean. What am I doing? If I miss that train, I'm going to lose my job, and I got to get this to shit. Bye, girly girl.
Leave word with me.
Not in your tin type. How do I know you're going to deliver these?
Try me.
Okay.
There's your train. Now run for it.
Why are you double-dealing, two-timing? What are you doing protecting him for? That fella has had a girl in every county in Illinois, and he's taken away from him, too. That's 102 counties. And that's not counting all the piano teachers he coaches up to keep their mouths shut. You haven't seen the last of me, girly girl. You haven't seen the last of me.
Marian, who was that you were talking to? Why, Professor Hill.
Top of the evening to you, Madam Paroo.
Why don't you come and sit over here? I've got some jelly on the stove.
There's no jelly on the stove, Mama.
I'll put some on.
Shall we set, as your mother said?
Well,
You did ask me to call.
Did I? I didn't mean anything.
Oh, Miss Marian, I'm not suggesting your invitation inferred anything but academic enlightenment. The think system? I tried to call you a couple times this week to try to explain, but you always seem to have people around. Mostly ladies, I thought.
Yes, Mrs. Squires and several of the ladies.
Well, I'm glad I wouldn't want anybody beating my time. Well, it's evidently not the convenient night. I'll see you at the sociable later.
Professor Hill, is it true that you've had 100... What I'm trying to say is
Yeah.
it really true that you've developed a think system?
What? Yeah, a think system. Yeah, of course. You know, it's really very simple. It's as simple as whistling. You know, nobody ever had to show you how to use your lips in whistling. You just think of a tune for it to come out clearly here. Now, you just try it for yourself before you ask any questions.
I take your word for it.
Could we sit down?
Are all music teachers as dense as I am?
All music teachers?
I dare say you meet dozens, even 100.
Well,
And have they all been as fascinated as I have with the think system?
well, some more, some less. One young lady had thought up the same system before I got to her town. She showed me a few refinements.
I see.
Have I said something wrong?
Oh, don't let me keep you, Professor Hill. I'm sure you have many more important things to do than to explain the think system to me.
I can't think of one.
And I'm sure I'm very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now, say, where'd you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Oh, now, Miss Marian, you ought to be careful about those rumors you hear. I mean, one also hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Maddie.
Uncle Maddie?
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me an assured job so that Mother Winthrop and I could have some security. Surely you don't believe...
Of course not. That's exactly what I'm saying. But why do you think people start those rumors?
Narrow-mindedness? Jealousy? Jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly, and jealousy starts rumors about traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Oh, well, nothing about you personally, just generally.
What have you heard generally?
Just that. But of course, it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy could lead to... I mean, take you, for instance. Your attention to customers and, well, teachers might be easily misinterpreted, mightn't they?
Why?
So you say if another salesman or somebody were jealous, well, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Why, of course.
It just goes to prove you should never believe everything you hear, doesn't it? I mean, if you just discuss things...
Miss Marian, I'd be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you, but could we do it sitting down? You do sit, don't you? Your knees bend and all?
We could sit on the porch steps.
Or we could sit on a large hollow log over the footbridge.
Oh, I couldn't think of it. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Just to talk.
I've got to change for the sociable.
Then meet me there in 15 minutes.
I just can't, please. Maybe some other time. Maybe tomorrow.
My dear little librarian. Line up enough tomorrows and you'll find you've collected nothing but a lot of empty yesterdays. I don't know about you, but I'd like to make today worth remembering.
Oh, so would I.
Footbridge, 15 minutes?
15 minutes. Mama?
Glory be praised, it worked!
What does?
I've been using the think system on you from the parlor.
Hey, Mars.
The uniforms are on. The kids are in them already. The people are going to be screaming for music if those kids show up at the sociable.
Yeah.
Here's most of the dough. I got Tommy to collect it. He's trying to keep the kids together at least, pretending to hold a practice over the lawn yard.
All right, Mars, go get the ring.
I already got it.
What time's the freight go?
9:40 for the junction.
Well, it isn't even 8:30.
Look, you want to turtle, waddle around here and get yourself caught in a bunny trap? You go ahead.
All right, Mars, I'll be at the hotel in plenty of time. Now beat it. Go get the ring. Miss Marian, you're late.
But you said 15 minutes.
Oh, I'm in about, well, I'd say 26 years late. Took you all this time to get to the footbridge with a fella.
If you want to know the truth, it was almost longer.
Oh,
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I guess I'm not the first to find it easier to think when not under the spell of your salesmanship.
oh, now, Miss Marian, surely you're not saying I've been selling you.
No. You've given me something, and that's why I decided to come.
I don't recall giving you anything.
Oh, yes, you have. Something beautiful. That's why I came, and I'm glad. Oh, please, don't be afraid I expect too much more. One can't expect a traveling salesman to stay put. I know there have been many ports of call, and there will be many more. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't be grateful for what you'll have left behind for me.
Marian,
There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all, till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them
There's a lot of things you don't know about me.
Crack!
Excuse me, I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlioz. This could be it. Now what?
Who's the salesman here? Sounds like selling, and you're buying.
You nuts? I didn't know I was going to be able to lead tonight. I had to keep her on her toes and then her balance, and I told you.
Well, she's so far bounced now, you can't tell her from a catboat in a hurricane.
Listen here, Buster Brown. I come up through the ranks on this skirmish. I'm not going to resign my commission now. Now beat it. Go get the rig. Never a peaceful moment in the music business. Now, where were we?
You were about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Oh, you know, I don't think we have to do that just now.
No, we don't. Or ever, for that matter, Harold. The librarian hasn't felt much like doing research lately, but she did plenty when you first came.
Oh? What about?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory of Music, gold medal class of Odd 5. Harold, there was no Gary Conservatory in Odd 5.
Oh, no, what? There certainly was.
Because the town wasn't even built till Odd 6. I'll see you at the sociable.
You know all this time?
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came, I tore this page out of the Indiana Journal. It was originally intended to use against you, but now I give it to you with all my heart.
But if you knew all this time, then why didn't you... Why, you little...
Greg, this guy's crazy. He's going all over town, spilling everything.
I'll say I'm crazy. I missed my train. I've probably lost my job, but I got you now, Hill, and you're gonna pay. You ought to be in jail already if it hadn't been for that piano teacher. I told her all about you. You know what she did? She lily-gagged me around until I couldn't get to sheep. That dry, hot, little man-hungry...
Hey, get out of here! I'll kill you, you dirty mouth!
Bully, you blow! I'm gonna stay here, right in town, until you get yours up, down, through, and sideways!
Greg, it stops here. Come on.
You didn't even know the territory, goddammit! Mr. Mayor, where is everybody? Where's the posse? Goddammit, Mr. Mayor.
Stop everyone.
Gonna get away.
Listen to this man.
Listen here, you gullible green grass goats! You're being swindled out of your eye teeth this very minute. There's a burglar in the bedroom whilst you're fiddling in the parlor. I'm talking about Harold Hill. Road agent, highwayman, pickpocket. The very same, little miss. He's had his hand in your wallet, and yours, sir, from the moment you came into town. What? There is more documented evidence here than any of you have time to read. There never has been a band. There never will be a band. And there never was going to be a band. And there won't be a Harold Hill either unless you hunt him down like the mad dog he is before he gets on the next train out of town.
Now will you believe me?
Well, what are you waiting for? I want my money.
Yeah, come on! Come on, he's so all of you!
After him! After him!
Where have you been?
Harold is Winthrop. He's run away. Oh, please go, Harold, please. They're even talking about tar and feathers.
Marian, I had to see you.
It's all right. Don't you know that? You don't owe me a word. Not a word. Now go, Harold, please.
Greg! Greg, they're not here! Let's try down by the creek!
Winthrop!
Hey, wait a minute here, son.
I'm not, old son. Let me go!
Not till I talk to you for a minute.
I won't listen. You won't tell the truth anyway.
Would too?
Would not.
Would too tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a dirty, rotten crook?
Yeah.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Can I go, you big liar?
Hey, now, what's the matter? You wanted the truth, didn't you? Now I'm bigger than you, and you're going to stand here and take it all, so you might as well quit wiggling. There are two things you're entitled to know. One, you're a wonderful kid. That's why I wanted you in the band, so you quit moping around, feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
There's always a band, kid.
What's the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, now that I think of it, it ain't any of your business just now.
I wish you never came to the city.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, can you believe him?
I believe every word he ever said.
But he promised us.
I know what he promised us. And it all happened just like he said. The lights, and the flags, and the colors, and the symbols.
Where was all that?
In the way that every kid has walked around here and talked and looked all summer. Especially you. And the parents, too.
You do, don't you?
No, Winthrop. Now go, Harold, please.
Go, Professor! That way! That way!
I can't go, Winthrop.
Why not?
For the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you.
Rest assured, this snake in our bosom is to be misapprehended by this time. And yes, always remember, fellow river citizens, I have done everything in my power to prevent this dire from happening.
What if you don't get our money back?
Where's my money?
He's slippery, I told you.
I haven't seen the unicorn in like 4 years. Just after supper. He's a kidnapper. Fine situation.
Where are children?
Just a minute! Virtue has triumphed. The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those, as I have heard, who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not tell them nay.
Well, I should think that some of you ought to be able to forget our everlasting Iowa stubborn chip on the shoulder arrogance long enough to remember River City before Harold Hill arrived. Well, do you remember? Do you? I should think some of you ought to be grateful to him for what he brought to River City. And if so, I should think you'd want to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here. If there's a man in this hall who believes that this man, Hill, shouldn't be tarred and feathered, let him stand forward. You lady, get back. And the rest of you stand there like a flock of sheep. Have you forgotten how you bought expensive uniforms, technical instruction books, and high-priced band instruments? Well, have you also forgotten how your children were meant to be taught how to play in a band? Well, where's the band? Where is the band? What's the band?
Think, men. Think. Right today.